Right, everybody. Just want to look at one of these ports here real quick, because we've got the inner and the outer installed. So just wanted you to see some of the fitment there. So it's pretty smooth. It really is. It's really pretty smooth. I think we'll be impressed, I hope, by how well it flows. But yeah, it looks like I wasn't sure at first if our smoothing had actually done any good, but then looking at it again, it's like, aha, okay, it did make a difference. So at least, design wise, we don't know flow wise yet. Don't have it on the vehicle, or I haven't run it. So, but as far as I can tell, we're pretty good. So went ahead and compared it with the other intake, and kind of lined up all of our ports. It comes with, let's see, so we got one port here for the fuel regulator, brake boosters back here, got the map sensor right on the back here instead of up on the top. And then I forget this emissions solenoid module, but we got that, and I think we're going to use a supplied bolt here. Yeah, and we'll use that sort of a coarse thread bolt as well on the 4 fuel rail post. So yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. I think everything's kind of lining up pretty well as far as I can tell. So I'm going to put the little gaskets back on here that came with it, and we're going to give this hardware a try. I mean, you only need to go down to 89 inch-pounds. So if this stuff can't handle 89 inch-pounds, we got a problem. Which, it may be. But we'll give it a try, see what it does, and hopefully it works well. Alright, so I don't remember which way these came off. That's dumb. Good question. Oh, well, this should help us. Look at that, dummy. So there's an angle right there, angle right here, angle right there. Okay. Okay, dummy. Wait, hey. Hold on. Alright, so we'll get these in, and then I'll come back once we're putting it on. Alright, so we got the tape off the off the heads. So let's get ready to slide this puppy on and just see kind of what it does. One thing I needed to have done though was put the brake booster hose on, so we might actually pause and go do that. I just want to play with these hoses too and see what it does. Okay, not bad. I'm not really going to I'm not planning to run the cover on it either. So in a sense, if you took the time, I probably won't, but you could take the time and then just knock off these brackets too, just to make it look a little bit prettier. I was looking more of like for an L83 look to it, kind of what I was thinking. So, but yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Plus, it's nice and shiny with everything else for right now. I got to clean up the coil brackets as well. So I like the way the hoses are just kind of run over here. We'll see if that won't be effective with the mounting. So, but yeah, different options here of what to do. So put some of this tape right here for a moment. Nobody goes in. I just want to kind of run a couple of these bolts through here, see how they feel. Yeah, it's kind of a short bolt in a sense. think we made some decent progress today. This should pull it down as well. Put some anti-seize on them too, just in case. We'll just take a long 1/4 inch and go all around, get it nice and snug, and then bring our okay. Let me go put the brake booster hose on this, and let's get ready to put it on. I'm liking the way it looks already. So, because our bracket here, get all of our, yeah, it looks so ugly, doesn't it? I'm gonna see if there's a way I can figure out how not to do that. I don't think there is though. Yeah, we gotta have all that wire loom up there, but obviously it would look better without. So, but hey, that's what we got to work with. A little bit more time, we could have figured that out. It's kind of time to run it together now, in a sense. All right, back at you in a minute. All right, so we got our hose off. I'm actually just going to wait and we'll clamp it on. Wow, no, that's not a good idea. Let me go ahead and clamp it on here now. It looks, it looks better from this side, but then it'd be a kind of a pain to get it up underneath. Alright, finally found the right clamp. Maybe not the right clamp, a clamp that would work. Got Cletus going still if you hear anything. Alright, so let's give these bolts a try. We're going right into our aluminum, so I guess get all these started first. Let's put a little bit of anti-seize. It's taken me a while, but I think I might be close to figuring out what a little bit of anti-seize is. Maybe. Not positive on that, just a maybe. Alright, so there's not a lot of length to the head, to the bolts here, but we are supposed to be pulling it down as well. So maybe that's, part of the philosophy is that there's enough once the intake is pulled down. I don't know. All I want you to know is that I'm scared about breaking a bolt inside the head. That's all I'm concerned about. I mean, they feel good so far, but if one of them starts to act just a little bit snotty, bolting in, we will stop and pull over and take care of the problem solver, I hope, before something breaks. Alright. There's that one. There's that seal that runs all the way across. So hopefully that won't be an issue. We'll start slowly tightening them down from the center. Go as even as possible. That's obviously a lot more plastic than your official GM intake. Understandable there. So we're just trying to see if this is a good intake to make some more power from on the cheap side. If you're not, quite ready to do the whole Trailblazer SS version, which I admit is the best. One, the numbers just prove it's the best too. So, alright, if you see me start crying, it's because something broke. And thankfully, if it does, there should be plenty of bolt length to, you know, get the other ones out and then be able to put a pair of vice grips on and tighten it. So thankfully, you know, that shouldn't be an issue, but you never know. I try to just go ahead and plan on the worst and then be surprised if the worst doesn't happen, which is a much better surprise than, for me anyways, compared to being super optimistic and then being, you know, let down. It's just the way I handle it anyways. Seems more of a better use of your emotions in a sense. It doesn't always work. That's my take on it. Thankfully this kit came with new O-rings for the injectors, which is nice. I'm thinking down the road we'll go ahead with a new set of injectors, but I wasn't having any problems. So it doesn't seem, you know, it doesn't really make sense to fix something if you're not really having any trouble with it. So you can, but decided not to. So right at the moment anyways, I hadn't done enough research on that, so, but it looks like either 50 or 60 pounders would probably do the work. We'll see what Chris can do with the tune and what the duty cycle is on everything. So once I get ready to torque, ow, I torqued my elbow, but we'll come back with you. Hey everybody, we finally got the intake in here. Put this back here so we can concentrate. So we finally got in. I was comfortable at leaving them at 70 inch-pounds. I just didn't want to crank them too much more. Plus I think my my torque wrench was glitching just a little bit, where it was giving it more of a what you want to call it? Oh, it wasn't clicking soon enough. I think it was giving it more torque than necessary per se, but nothing broke. Everything's on there, but it feels even. So you know, that's the biggest thing. But it looks nice, doesn't it? I really like it. Got the throttle body cleaned up inside and out. Wish it was a little bit shinier to match everything else. I guess we could have hit it with some paint. Not a bad idea, but you know, it's just going to deteriorate, so you know, not really worth it per se. So we'll leave it for right now, but I really like this. Can't wait to see how that works. But one thing nice too about that intake was it came with new O-rings. And granted, you know, we'll get new O-rings when we do the new injectors, but went ahead and put these brown. It came with brown O-rings and the green O-rings. So brown were a match for what came off of here. So tonight, so I don't have to plug those holes, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. So that's all good to go. We'll give these a little shot of silicone so it'll slide into the bore well. And that's probably going to wrap us up pretty well for tonight. So I think we made some decent progress. I got the one header mounted up here, just so we can play with that and see what's going on. Okay, this is interesting. We got our little hose here for PCV valve. I'm going to see if we can stretch that. There we go. See if it'll stretch like right there, and we'll match that up. Yeah, had a little trouble remembering which way those O-rings went in, but I think we got it. I think we got it right now. Okay, cool. We can work on. What's nice too about the way this is set up is you can actually reach all these bolts. Whereas with the original, it seemed like it wasn't quite as easy. I might be wrong on that, but it looks relatively easy to reach that. But yeah, slowly getting stuff along. I'll show you the other header here. I'm going to have to play with the steering shaft, I believe, because it is a little bit close. I don't want to put that up there. I want that to go over to the side and stay there. We'll figure it out. That's nice and clean, and that's super nice. Not super clean, but super nice. Alright, so we got these coarse thread. You know, this is where you can tell it's a little bit cheaper, but they are coarse thread design. That was gone real quick there. So we'll get a driver here for that. See if we can get these started correctly. Alright. I'm going to put a bolt in here for this. May not be as long as the original. We'll see if it holds it though. Yeah, but as far as I can tell, I'm going to clean up some tools. Alright, so that's where it needs to be. I'm going to clean up some tools tonight. I think we'll leave it here. All of our ports and so forth are covered up. That's why I wanted to make sure. Look at that. I like to recycle. There we go. Look at that. We got tape down here. Alright. Look at all that recycled goodness. So we're making progress. I also just made the camera slide over there. So yeah. Be happy. Looks good. Oh, real quick, I was going to see if I could line up that, because this is for the PVC valve. Let me see if I can line up the hose for that. This is the original setup here, so we might be able to yeah, let's see how that. I kind of knew one of these. I don't know if this one even wants to come out. All right. Well, if I figure this out, I'll let you know. Oh, that's interesting. What did we do here? Alrighty, so quick update. Had to have Bear instruct me on the camera. I messed up the GoPro a little bit there. Not really messed up, just confused. Alright, so end of the update. I'm really happy with our progress. As far as I know, nothing's broke. So really liking that. So obvious thing is that we have, well, let's start at the beginning. We've got our AC compressor bolted back on. It's no longer tie strapped or ratchet strapped to the frame rail, which is really nice. I did not want to open that up on the system if I didn't have to. And look how much clearance there still is. That is really neat. There might be an interesting way to make like a shield, maybe down the road, for the just to keep some heat away, maybe from the headers, and keep it off of the AC lines. Not sure, but we'll check it out and see. We got our intake on, as you can see, got our water pump and idler on, and the thermostat. We got some wires and grounds hooked up, which is very necessary. I don't have my flashlight, but there is just like a tiny bit of clearance between the two of those. It's not much. It's really not much. So we'll see how that plays out. I just got 2 bolts in there right now, so it's kind of loose. I just wanted to have made it that far, but I really like how easy these were to put in. Like I've said, I put them in from the top both times. There might be an easier way to do it, not sure. Recap here on the bolts too. I used what came in it. That seemed to work. Put a little anti-seize on the threads. I'm sorry, it's slow somewhere tonight, whatever day it is. So torqued them down to about 70 inch-pounds. It may actually be a little bit more. with the way the torque wrench was working. Got the fuel rails on. Went ahead and put our new coarse thread because they went straight into the plastic. Well, that's going to be kind of close. Put our little air hose there. Got a cap here. Got the throttle body cleaned and on. You can plug in all this stuff later. Getting ready to call tonight. We got our PVC valve routed. So let me know, is this the clean side or the dirty side? I do not remember. Is that the... I don't know. I was thinking about putting in a filter of some sort, but I wasn't sure which way to do that. So if any of you know, please let me know. But anyways, that plugged in real nice. I took off the rubber adapter here and just placed it right there, and that seems like it worked fine. We got the map sensor in the back. Instead of being on top, it's on the very back of the intake. You can see some videos on that. Put new O-rings that came with the intake on the injectors. We got our valley plate in, obviously, with the we used the original harness. I wasn't having any issues, so just put that back in, and the newer knock sensors. So, but yeah, happy with the progress. We'll take you. Where's my ladder? Hey, there's the ladder. I almost swung off of here. I'm like, I don't have a step. So, numerous little things to go still. I want to get that. I was waiting to do this until I'm happy with having the headers in place. So now we can. Probably my next thing will be plugging in all that. Getting our gaskets and the bolts in the headers and getting them loosely tightened so it's nice and snug, and then basic fitment back there for the Y pipe. See where that's going to connect, see if I have to modify that any. What else? We're making progress. I kind of like the way this sits too. I think it's a little bit higher than the other intake, so I'm really liking it though. No complaints. No complaints here. So there's a look that side from the headers. I can't wait to see how these babies sound. I am so excited. Alright, that's all for tonight. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Glad you're interested. We certainly are. And we'll keep you updated on what's going on. No, that's not going to work. How do you like my face? Like my face? Huh? Alright, talk to you later.